Wow. Unreal. What a game. We've leveled up. We have leveled up. As you can see, we've gone from I can't even keep a straight face with the chat right now. Oh my god. What's going on? What's going on? We here. We here. Yes. Yes, and DK is back. DK is back next week. We just fucking won the AFC North. We got a home playoff game. And we get DK back. Man. What a game. What a game. But as I was trying to say, we've hit the next level. This was the plan all the time. Non-losing season champs was the floor. Non-losing season champs was the standard right now. I made the hats to destroy the hats. You got to understand that. I didn't want to make the hats. I didn't want to make these non-losing season champs hats because it's kind of a mockery, right? It's good. It's like nice. Non-losing seasons. It's cool. It's cool. But we got to do better. We got to do better. AFC North champions is just the next step along the way. And we're here. What a fucking game, bro. What a fucking game. Aaron Rodgers absolutely clutch. Stepping up when we needed him the most in that second half. Kenneth Gainwell, Jalen Warren, they balled out like they have been all season. We got some nice plays from just an array of players from the offense throughout the course of crunch time there in that second half. Thielen making a catch here or there, MVS, Calvin Austin with that late touchdown. But Rodgers was absolutely dealing, man. As Tomlin would say, that's why you signed fucking Aaron Rodgers for this season. For that reason, right there, AFC North on the line, at home, do or die game against your most hated rivals, Baltimore Ravens, to come up clutch in that second half. And my God, did he? Did he? And the offense, I mean, give credit to the defense too, even though it was a little shaky down the stretch. I think, if anything, with some of the defensive lapses when the offense would get us up and then the defense would give something up to the Baltimore offense and then we'd be down. That was, I would say, for a decent portion of the time, it was Lamar making some plays. Now that last one, I don't know what the hell happened on that last one. Not the last one, but the one where it was completely blown coverage, zone coverage. Like that was terrible. That was terrible. But the Patrick Queen one over the top, we were about to sack Lamar. You know, you just got to give credit for Lamar dodging the sack, making a play, throwing it deep down the field. That's the type of shit that we witnessed whenever Big Ben was here for 18 years. You know, there's not really a defense for that type of stuff. There was a blown coverage here or there, but then even the last one to Isaiah Likely to get them in field goal position. And then thank God, the Ravens rookie kicker wasn't built for this shit. And we on that Ravens pack. Where'd it go? I don't have it anymore. I don't know where it went. I was on the Ravens pack though earlier. You can check my Instagram. I promise. Holy hell, what a game. Great game. I mean, that's the type of shit that'll make you believe. That's the type of shit that'll make you think, why not? Is this a team of destiny? Could this be the year that expels the playoff win drought, but also the Super Bowl drought that is felt so long up to this point? 08. It's felt like, I'll put it to you this way, for me, like as a millennial, like kind of growing up with Big Ben and everything, it's felt like not that long ago, but it really is long ago at this point. 08 was 17 years ago. Could this be the team? Could this be the team? We're getting DK back for these playoffs. Like, we operated an offense without DK in the highest stakes moments, and we're successful and, like, ultimately, like, got the job done. If anything, you could argue we should have had more points. If we would have we did go for it right before half on that, like, 4th and 1 down by the goal line. We went for it, but it was a fucking terrible play. Don't know why we did the whole, like, misdirection pitch to Kenneth Gainwell. Like, Collinsworth laid that out. It's like, they have more guys on this side of the field. You only have one blocker. And, like, you have Kenneth Gainwell. Like, this was my take. I don't know if Collinsworth was saying this, but I'm like, you have Kenneth Gainwell in the backfield. 4th and 1. You're probably not running it up the middle with a small running back like that. You're probably going to pitch to the outside. Ravens are kind of ready for this. Aaron Rodgers under center. Why not do the tush push? Like, why didn't we just do the tush push? 4th and 1. Now, we were unsuccessful with it earlier, but that's because it was like 4th and 2. We misutilized the tush push. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. It's usually successful for like 1 yard. So in that moment, if you're going to go for it instead of kick the field goal, just do the tush push. I could live with us not getting it if we did the Connor Hayward QB sneak, but instead we did this janky shit and tried to be too cute with it. Kenneth Gainwell pitched to the outside. I guess it's all a moot point right now because we have a home playoff game against the Texans this week. We are AFC North champions. And we're 4-1 in our last 5 games. Why not us? Why not us? All right, let's read some of these comments, man. Because honestly, like, does the breakdown of the game really matter right now? They missed the fucking field goal to win the game. Like, that's what it came down to. We could talk about some intricacies. I think our defense played pretty good throughout the majority of the game. There were some random big play lapses, but I liked what our defense did. We contained Lamar Jackson for the most part. Sometimes we left guys wide open, and that cost us, but I like our defense. I really did. I think that's something we can win. As long as we can get the communication right and we can figure some stuff out with these coverages in the playoffs. I like how we're playing. I like the energy. TJ being back helped. Obviously, Highsmith, Herbig, they were picking up on their momentum that they've been playing with for these last like 3 or 4 weeks. It's like, man, I don't know. Balls almost cost us, but thank God that the Ravens didn't have Justin Tucker and they had Tyler Loop. Shout out to Dustin Gonzalez here. Tyler Loop. He's the GOAT. Yes. Mr. Snowman FD, Kings of the North. Let's go. Sparky Doors, 1521. I was on the edge of my seat. I think we all were. Anthony Laricia. Deke, my nerves are shot along with my voice. I think you could tell my voice is a little bit shot right now. A little bit. I didn't think he was going to miss. Did you guys think he was going to miss? I didn't think he was. 44 yards. It's like, I think that kicker was a guy they drafted too. So obviously he's one of the best college kickers coming out in the draft. I'm just like, there's no way. There's no way. This is fucking sick. Because we kind of did, I'm not going to say we did everything right, but like to win that game and have the mental toughness, both offensively and defensively, and to have it to the point where it's like, okay, we got Ravens in this spot, final drive, and they get that Lamar Jackson pass to Isaiah Likely. It's like, damn, like we just can't catch a break. Like, we can't catch a break. Is it just not meant to be? Because that was a hell of a pass by Lamar, a hell of a catch by Isaiah Likely. I don't know what Jalen Ramsey was doing on that pass. He was acting like he was about to pick it and didn't realize Likely was right in front of him, and Likely is a bigger, taller dude, bigger reach. And so he was going for the pick. It's like he just could have like swiped up and knocked the ball out. I thought it was going to be an incomplete pass whenever it was like coming down in Likely's range. I'm like, okay, this is a defensive type of play that someone like Ramsey can make, but then came down with it, and it's like, all right, they're right in field goal range, and shit, bro. Shit. We did everything right. It just felt like we did everything right to stay in that game, to go ahead in the game. Then Boz misses the fucking extra point. Couldn't catch a break. And then we get him to 4th down. Another break not caught. But then we finally did. Finally did with the Tyler Loop miss. My God, bro. My God. Noah Markham, 9153. Deke, get a beer or two in you. Want a big parlay off that. So here's some money for yins. Thanks, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. I got a little natty light. I was sipping on some stuff throughout the game. That's why I was a little late. I mean, you guys can understand. I was just trying to catch the vibes of like just being out in the city, watching the game with the people. And now I'm back here giving you my live report. Jay Cooler, Ramsey needs to be investigated. That's what I'm saying on that final play. It's like, what were you doing there, bro? He must have just been locked in on that ball and not realized Likely was in front of him. I'm going for the pick. I'm sealing this. I'm closing this thing out. And I bet you, here's the thing. I'm looking at myself in the screen right now. I bet you this thing is annoying the shit out of a bunch of you guys. We'll see if that could stay tacked in for the rest of this show. I don't know. But yes, AFC North champions. We upgraded. We moving on up. I didn't want to make the hats. I told you guys. I did not want to make the hats. But it seems like ever since I made the hats, there's been a vibe. There's been an energy shift with this team. I think the hats sparked something special for the end of this season. I made the hats to destroy the hats. I don't care about the hats. I don't. Dust Thunder. Monday night home playoff game. And DK back. Is it a Monday night game? I didn't even know when the whole schedule came out for the wild card round here. So we're Monday night home playoff. Okay, that's awesome. I mean, that's definitely in our favor. All that's in our favor. Tomlin on Monday nights. Home game. Do we break out the Keller Rush? Harley Taylor, $5. Thank you, sir. Or that might be a she. Harley could go either way there. He or she. Glenn Taylor, new hat is great. TJ owns Lamar. All right, this is a problem. I'm actually starting to get annoyed by the hat right now. It's a problem. This tape isn't sticking. J. Cole and Warren needs to be paid. He already got paid. He got paid. If we want to give him a few extra million, I wouldn't be opposed. But like Kenneth Gainwell has been balling out too, so he makes Jaylen Warren a little bit less valuable than what he was going into this season. But I like the duo, Warren and Gainwell. I wouldn't mind getting a more physical back, a bigger bodied back. But yeah, Jaylen Warren's awesome. I've been saying that. He's my favorite running back out of our running back room. I have a bias towards him. But Kenneth Gainwell has really showed up for us this season. Now, here's my question to you guys. When I was out at the bar talking to some people, and whenever Kenneth Gainwell caught it was a little screen pass in the first half, got a first down, I think, dodged some defenders. The dude that was next to me is like, oh, that's our MVP. That is our MVP. And I know technically Kenneth Gainwell did win the Steelers team MVP award for this season. But dude, it's Aaron, like the MVPs, the real MVP is Aaron Rodgers. It's almost like going back to when Big Ben was playing. I don't know how many team MVPs he actually won, but it probably wasn't enough. And we were giving them to like Juju and some other guys on the team. It's like push comes to shove, it's Big Ben. Because if Big Ben isn't operating this offense, the offense isn't looking the same with the weapons that we have. It's just not. Like Juju's not getting his production. AB's not getting the same type of production. The offense ain't looking the same without Big Ben. The reason your offense is good, the reason your offense is competent or is consistent, whatever it is, something that you could rely on and putting up big numbers is because of your Hall of Fame quarterback that is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, all that type of shit. And that's what Big Ben is. And that's what Aaron Rodgers is going to be. And Aaron Rodgers has been playing at a really good level outside of you could bring up maybe a handful of games, maybe 2 or 3 games where he's looked off, hasn't looked as good. But Aaron Rodgers is his team MVP. Like, Tomlin has said it in all of his press conferences. We see it today. This is why you sign Aaron Rodgers in the offseason. For games like this, moments like this. Really stepped up in that second half. Like, here's the thing. I don't think you guys understand what Rodgers was dealing with from like an offensive standpoint. If you're watching the game and you're seeing the slow motion replays for like some passes that go incomplete and whatnot, dude, our receivers like really aren't getting open that much. They're not. He has to fit a ton of tight window throws in between these zones, or if it's man coverage, everyone's covered and he's got to try to make a play, or he's got to sit there, wait, read the defense, and dump it off to the running back. And thank God our running backs have been playing so well. Jaylen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell, they're breaking tackles and getting 5, 6, 7 yards, getting first downs when the ball's getting dumped off to him. But it's like, that dude's operating at a high level. I get it's not the prettiest. It's not prime Aaron Rodgers. He's not as mobile as what he once was and making crazy-ass plays out of the pocket, chucking it sidearm down the field or anything. But, like, you see certain passes, and this is what I was saying for maybe a couple videos this week whenever the topic was being thrown out there about Rodgers coming back or not. Like, should the Steelers want him back? What's Rodgers' decision going to be about 2026? And I said, like, I would want Rodgers back. If we're actually trying to compete next year, and that's the Steelers mentality, that's the Steelers approach, you could argue that approach. I don't know if I really want to talk about arguing that approach right now. I'm just excited about making the playoffs. But if you're talking about competing next year, being the best team that you can next year, what better quarterback are you going to get than Aaron Rodgers? Again, you could say we need to start building for the future, focusing on the future, this and that. But just next year, you're not going to get a better option than Aaron Rodgers. Some of those throws he was making, insane, man. It's like still insane. Still insane. Tight window throws. Got an arm that can not only chuck it down the – we saw it in one of his Hail Marys. I think it was, the Thursday night game against the Bengals. Can still chuck it down the field 70 yards, but, like, lasered in there 10, 15 yards in these tight seams. Who are you getting better than that? Who is going to be a better mental processor than Aaron Rodgers right now? Who's going to have a better arm that you're bringing in than Aaron Rodgers right now? Who's going to take care of the ball better than Aaron Rodgers right now? You tell me. Who's gonna have a better, like, clutch gene or, like, winning mentality when things get tough in the second half in these do or die games than Aaron Rodgers right now? I don't think you're gonna find anyone. I don't. Heavy-handed Vaughn, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens have a losing season. Yes. Someone make them hats. Someone make them some purple and, I guess, white font hats, or it could be purple and, I guess, like, gold hats. Someone do that. Spark you doors. People saying fire Tomlin needs to get out of here. Should I leave? Should I leave? You guys want me to get out of here? I can leave. Maybe I will. Here's the thing. Maybe I'll do a heat check real quick. I'll go down, grab myself a water out of the fridge, and then I'll be back up. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'll be back. Because, yes, big credit to Tomlin. From when we were 6-6 to now. Got to give all the credit in the world. 4-1. Last week, and here's what I'll say. Last week's loss, not on Tomlin. I said it on the live stream after the game. That wasn't like a Tomlin loss. That wasn't a fire Tomlin loss at all. It wasn't. We were dealt a bad hand. DK suspension. Defense played good. Offense, I don't know what the fuck we were doing last week. And even with us playing as bad as we did, if we just did the little things right, we still should have won that game. For as ugly as the game was, we still should have won. I would have said the same thing in this one if we lost. I would have said, like, I don't know what you do at head coach, honestly, like, because this game wasn't on Tomlin. This was just a fluky play here or there, going the Ravens' way. Ball's missing an extra point. It's like, dude, that's not on Tomlin. Because worst case scenario, this should have went to overtime if Luke made the field goal, but thank God that he didn't. I wasn't gonna have that energy. I was gonna be like, honestly, I could see us running it back with Tomlin, Rodgers. We get that year of continuity that we've been lacking for so long. You get Rodgers another receiver or two outside of DK. You try to keep that defense intact because I like the vibes. I like the energy that's been taking place over the last 5 or 6 weeks with this defense, with the secondary, Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, an inside linebacker, that defensive line. Cam Hayward. Was anyone expecting that whenever they pulled up the PFF rankings before the game? Cam Hayward, the number 1 PFF graded defensive lineman, interior defensive lineman. Wasn't expecting that at all. But he's been having a good season. He's been aging well. I just wasn't expecting number 1. And granted, we could take the PFF grades with a grain of salt, this and that. But he is having a good season. I don't think there's a doubt about it. So if he wants to come back again, and we still have Harmon, we still have Benton here, Y.A. Black's going to get another year to develop going into his sophomore season. That should be still a good defensive line. Highsmith, Herbig, TJ, like I don't see them leaving anytime soon. Now we can talk about TJ being overpaid in that contract and this and that, but you may be able to run it back just with a few tweaks and be better than what we saw in 2025 because of the continuity. But that's a conversation for another day because we still here, bitches. We still here. A really cool beer. Oh wait, I said I'll be back because I got to listen. Based off Spark Your Doors, I gotta take a heat check here. I gotta get out of here for a second. I'll be back if you guys still want to hear my takes and my assessment of this game and what to look forward to. But I'll be back. I gotta cool off real quick. All right, we're here. A really cool beer. Not running hard in the first half is inexcusable. Huh? The first half? Why are we talking about the first half? What am I missing? First half? Not running hard. Does anyone remember the first half? There's only one play I was just like, damn, what the hell are we doing? And that was the first play of the game, which got called back kind of for that call that was in our favor there. What was that? The block in the back. It didn't get called back all the way, but, they went back 15 yards from that Derrick Henry long run. What am I missing? Not running hard in the first half. Who? Defense, offense? I don't know, bro. Jonathan Boucher, 8689. I think I might have a mild heart attack. I got you. Zachary Fikert, 99 cents. Thanks, bro. DJ Wicked NC. Try to up that next time, bro. Give me like 199, 299 at least. DJ Wicked NC. Happy we won, but Boswell got to chill. Lately he's been trash. That was crazy, man. The extra point. That was crazy. Because he was lights out, everything before that. You're thinking to yourself, oh, he got that bad Browns game out the system. Little tongue twister there. He's locked in. No worries. We got the old balls back. Clutch as hell. An extra point. An extra point to tie the game, or not tie the game, to get us at least up 3. So the Ravens, if they kick a field goal, won't go up. It'll just be a tie, worst case scenario. It was strange. It's been strange with balls. I'm with you. I'm with you. A little weird. J. Cola, mass produced the hat with the tape. That would be lit. Too much work for me. I'm not going to lie. That's way too much work for me. I would have to call into the production team and tell them to customize it that way because, yeah, I can't be doing all that shit. Donovan LaRue, 2258. Rodgers had more rushing yards than Lamar. I guess you're right. I didn't even check the box score. I didn't check anything after this game. I'm going to take your word for it. Jose says 60 is the future. He might be. The offensive line as a whole has been playing really well as this unit. Maybe, we could maybe even bring Sam Alou back. I talked about moving off of him because of his age. But, man, we could have a really good offensive line unit. Broderick gets healthy again. You have Dylan Cook, Sam Alou, the young guys on that right side with Frazier, McCormick, and then Fautanu. They've been top 10. They've been top 10 plus, I think, this year. They've been really good for us. Run game, pass game. Rodgers has been pretty healthy for the most part outside of that left wrist injury. He's been getting kept clean. I really like Dylan Cook, bro. I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. So upper echelon, keep Rodgers in the hurry up calling plays. Yeah. I'm not opposed to that at all. It seems like when he's operating and is in the flow, got the momentum, and is able to, call an audible here or there, say, here, go in this spot. I'm reading the defense this way. Go to that spot. I'm going to hit you. And I like that we got Muth involved. I don't know how much of what you're saying here goes hand in hand with some of Rodgers' passes to Muth, where maybe he's calling a check, sees the zone coverage. All right, Muth, instead of running an out here, run a vertical or run a hook route or something, get in between the zone. I'm just going to hit you right off the bat. But I'm sure that might have something to do with it too. Muth being involved was key in that second half because I'm saying the whole time in the first half, every time they're showing the slow motion replays of Rodgers throwing an incomplete pass to one of our guys, like no one's getting open. Like we don't have the firepower. So if Rodgers and the Steelers, this offense can pull out a win this game, like there should be huge applause for that. There should be huge credit given to Rodgers and this offense because outside of DK, we don't have shit. We don't have guys that are creating separation like that. Our next best guy is Muth, and he's a tight end. And he's going up against, in some of these plays, the other Ravens, or the Ravens top cornerback. And like Nate Wiggins, you can see that. It's like Muth ain't getting separation on him. But whenever Rodgers would see the mismatch, he's like, all right, I'm going to go to Muth here. They're either in zone coverage or Muth has the advantage on this guy. He's our next best route runner outside of DK Metcalf, which is, I don't know if it's insane or not, because Muth's a good player, but we don't view him like a Travis Kelce. We don't view him as like a top tier tight end or anything like that. It's like there are tight ends that are out there, Brock Bowers, Kelce, Gronk back in the day, that are offense's number one targets and just elite route runners, can get separation, can catch and trap, whatever it is. But it's like Muth ain't completely there just yet. But outside of DK Metcalf, you tell me who's next best from a receiving standpoint. So I'm glad we finally really got him involved, and we had to with how things were looking as an offense in that first half. Is like you got to switch something up and figure out someone to get open for you. And that was Muth. He stepped up. But everyone stepped up in the second half. Calvin Austin, I talked about MVS, Thielen, the running backs, really good. And that's all without having Darnell Washington, all without having DK Metcalf. But at least we get DK Metcalf back for these playoffs. Spark Your Doors, 1521. Aaron said he was done after this season. Are you talking about the McAfee interview before the season? Because everything he said after that points to he's still leaving the door open. Specifically, his most recent interview from Wednesday, where he's like, all right, I got to see what happens in 2026. I'm going to talk to my wife. We'll see how I feel. I'll be a free agent. We'll see what options are out there. That doesn't sound like a guy that is done. That sounds like a guy that's going to consider playing again in 2026 from my standpoint. But he did say, he alluded to in the Pat McAfee show, the first interview he did as a Steeler, that, yeah, this is likely going to be it. Everything he said since then, and trust me, I do this for a living. Like I'm covering the Steelers. I'm paying attention to what Rodgers is saying. I'm paying attention to what important people with the franchise are saying about the direction, the personnel moves, all that type of stuff. Rodgers hasn't said a thing about it being his last year, or it likely being his last year again. If anything, he's left the door more open as time has gone on, I think. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If he said something recently, did he say something before the Sunday Night Football broadcast? I don't know. But I'm catching the way that he's considering playing in 2026. Mark T. Derrick Henry, 5 carries in the second half. That's the Lamar effect. Baltimore is so dumb. Let's shock the world. Go Steelers. I didn't even consider that, but you're right. You're 100% right. That's crazy because I would have still handed it off to Derrick Henry for probably another 15 carries. It's not like he was doing bad. And you know what Derrick Henry can do is wear down the defense. G. Alexander, if our defense can step up, I think DK will be on a warpath with Aaron. We can win in the Berg versus H-Town. This can change the narrative. We're already starting to. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. Good matchup, I feel like, against Houston. They got a good defense, but I'm not like that impressed with CJ. So I'm not that impressed with their offense. Harley Taylor, Deke, keep it up. If you make mornings on the way to work. Oh, you make mornings on the way to work. Wish I could catch you live more. Thanks, bro. Maybe I'll have to wake up early and do a show tomorrow. Should we go live tomorrow? Should we go live tomorrow morning? Let me know. King Vibes 912. Deke, I've been watching for years, even you and Moats with a depleted Texans team. I think we can win. I don't know how depleted the Texans are, but they got a good defense. As I've already mentioned that. I don't know how depleted they are on defense right now, but CJ Stroud's all right. He's like a Baker Mayfield. I feel like he's top 12, top 15-ish. Aaron Rodgers, even in his limited form, it's like I trust him over CJ Stroud. I trust Aaron Rodgers over pretty much every other AFC quarterback. Tell me I'm wrong. Outside of Josh Allen, I'm the AFC playoff quarterback, we'll say. Outside of Josh Allen, who are you taking over Aaron Rodgers? Can't think of anyone. Bo Nix, no. Even though a lot of you guys are sucking off Bo Nix in the chat, at least from a couple weeks ago. You guys are telling me Bo Nix is the truth, this and that. It's like, nah. I'll tell you what Bo Nix is. He's Baker Mayfield. He's limited. He's not going to be the one that's winning Denver the Super Bowl. Trust me, he's not. If it has to be Denver's defense going on a hell of a run for them to even have a chance. But Bo Nix is limited. He's like a Jared Goff, a Baker Mayfield, Jimmy G. He's better than Jimmy G, but it's that range. It's tough. Tell me what guys in that range have won a Super Bowl. Now, maybe you can argue Jalen Hurts. Where would you rank Jalen Hurts? I don't know. Maybe there is a path for like the limited guys to win because we did see Brock Purdy and Jared Goff get really, really, really damn close. Really close. Even Jimmy G. I still have yet to see it. Unless we want to categorize Jalen Hurts as like top 12, top 15. But where you have to give Jalen Hurts credit is he steps up in the playoffs. Like he's not the limiting factor in the Eagles' success. If anything, he's an elevator. He steps up in the biggest moments. Even in the Super Bowl that they lost, 4 touchdowns. He had that unfortunate fumble early in the game, which kind of cost them. But, I mean, it wasn't really Jalen Hurts' reason that they lost to the Chiefs the first time around. Fantas Sim Springs, great game. Take the field goals on 4th down. I would have been fine going for it. I get the take the field goal, but 4th and 1, just do the tush push. That's what I was thinking. Just do that. I can live with us not getting that. Not the whole cute Kenneth Gainwell pitch to the side type of play. Aaron Rodgers under center. It's just like, all right, realistically, what are we doing here, man? Like, Rodgers, you're not, like, from a defensive standpoint, in that formation that we have, we know you. Who are you passing to? None of these dudes are going to get open in this short yardage situation. There's that. You have Kenneth Gainwell in the backfield. You're likely not running up the middle with Kenneth Gainwell. So you're going to pitch to the outside, try to get cute with it, and that's exactly what we did. And the Ravens were prepared for it. Dust Thunder, first home playoff game with a crowd since 2017. Yeah, it's been a while for that. I was talking about how it's been a while for us winning a Super Bowl. But at least this is a little bit more recent. That'll be good. That'll be good, man. Nanons. Clutch Calvin dropping ankles. Slipped out of fear. Huh? You talking about the touchdown catch? Donald Rex 0495. Think we put because he was wide open. I mean, yeah, I think I get what you're saying. It was like he was that wide open. It was still a little bit clunky. I think I get what you're saying. Donald Rex 0495 says, I think we play the Texans. How do you think we do? We definitely do play the Texans. Got a good as chance as any. I'll say that for every game for the rest of the playoffs because we're playing like that, if we're playing like we have been for the last like 4 or 5 weeks outside of the Browns game, but I think you can even take the Browns game with a grain of salt with DK Metcalf being suspended. Weird game on the road, rainy, Boswell missing field goals. It's like, yeah, that was a game from hell. But over the last 5 weeks, we actually feel like a team. We really do. 4-1 over the last 5 weeks, beating good teams, legitimate teams. Ravens twice, Lions, Miami. They're not that good, but still Monday night game at home that we had to win, had to make it look convincing. We did that. Browns game, road, rainy. Defense played good. Offense was shit. No DK. Nothing was going in our favor. It's like, all right, shit happens. Shit can happen. Still should have won, but I like where we're at. I really like where we're at. Okay, Spark Your Door says, this goes back to the Aaron Rodgers interview. He says, I didn't hear about Wednesdays. Okay, yeah. Just giving you an update. Shumack, no offensive firepower. Washington DK out. Who's YJ? YJ not at 100%. And they beat the Ravens. I'm all for it. Go Steelers. Who's YJ? I have no clue who that is. It might be a blessing in disguise not having Darnell. If we can include Frymouth more in our passing attack, weirdly. Because I think Frymouth has more down the field threat ability in his game. I wasn't going to say completely like big play ability because Darnell he can catch some of those short passes and make big plays out of them. But he's not catching something 15, 20, 25 yards down the field in the middle of a zone like Muth is. That's kind of not his game. Can be. Like, do we utilize him completely correctly? I think you can question that, but Jay Kula, Nick Herbig is a fucking dog. Yeah, he's been awesome. Highsmith's been awesome. TJ, really nice game coming back. It was just nice how we rotated them all. So you weren't seeing TJ too much in that first half. But you saw him more in the second half. He was making big plays. But I like Highsmith and Herbig and their speed that they could bring to the table. And I think that was very helpful in this matchup against Lamar Jackson. I talked about it going in. Like, if TJ had to sit out, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world because of how good Highsmith and Herbig are playing and how their speed is. I think they actually are, at this point, better containers for Lamar Jackson than TJ Watt. TJ's just not as fast as those guys. Is he still a better player than Highsmith and Herbig? Sure. Is he worth $40 million versus what Highsmith and Herbig's contracts are? Probably not, but still an overall plus to the Steelers team. No doubt about it. Missed the chant, won with the 99 cents. Appreciate it, man. Let's get back to the other chat here. Got a lot of things that I haven't read. Shout out to everyone here. 1100 in the building. TK says MVS is bad. Bad. He had his moments tonight. He made some catches, but he's not too reliable. But that's who MVS has been for majority of his career. Even going back to his Green Bay days, there was a lot of hype about him developing into potentially 1,000-yard receiver, 900-yard type of receiver. Just never really did that. Never did that in Green Bay and Kansas City. He was good in spurts, had some playoff moments, had some playoff failures, though, too. Good for keeping a defense a little bit off balance because of his speed, though. Not a reliable catcher, not a reliable playmaker if you just throw the ball in his vicinity when he's covered. You just can't do that. And we witnessed that in the Cleveland game last week, particularly at the end. RW, what a way to end the year with a shootout and a nail biter all night. Best way to end the football regular season. Yeah, hell of a game, man. Hell of a game. This is going to go down in history. Tomlin was talking about this game being history because of the Steelers-Ravens rivalry and how you could go through certain matchups and certain moments, and you look back on it, it's like, yeah, I remember where I was when this happened. The immaculate extension, the Joe Flacco pick in the playoff game back in 2008 when we won the Super Bowl. The Big Ben 3rd and long to AB catches it on his helmet. Like, we remember all this shit. Like, I think we're going to remember this. Low key, part of this rivalry tradition and history, Kenny Pickett game-winning drive in Baltimore. And I think that was 2022. Don't forget that. That shouldn't be forgotten about. Game-winning pass to Najee Harris, back corner of the end zone. But Kenny sucked today. Holy hell! What happened? I didn't even watch the game. I didn't watch the game, but he threw a pick. Was it first play, first series of the game? And then I saw Aiden O'Connell got in there. Did Kenny get hurt, or was he just that bad immediately? The Raiders just said, "We're done with this." Tommy Vincent. It's been years since I've been this pumped after a Steeler game. I can't say years. I could probably bring up a time this year where I've been pumped. Probably not this pumped. I'll give you that. When was I pumped this year about the Steelers? Probably after the first month of the season. We win that Vikings game out in Dublin. I was feeling good. Feeling good after our 3-game winning streak. Still a little scarred though. Didn't want to lean all into it. Last year we were hyped. You can't say years. You can't say years because last year when we were 10-3 and Russ was cooking, the offense was looking pretty good. I think we were set that we were a top 2 or 3 team in the AFC and we could compete with anyone. I wouldn't say years, but maybe what you're getting at is the stakes of this game, the stakes of do or die, Ravens, home. If we win, we get the 4 seed, we get the division championship, all that type of shit. And it came down to the wire, just the flow of the game. Luke misses the field goal. All looks like it's going to be lost. So there's that. In terms of feeling confident in the team, though, there's been multiple points in these various seasons of late that I've felt confident. They just have always let me down after that. But, these last 4 or 5 weeks, I'm feeling consistency. I'll put it to you that way. I'm feeling like there's an identity. There's a consistency. There's an expectation of what we're going to see from the defense. Sure, we had some lapses in coverage today, but overall, good and stopping the run. Pretty good coverage. Kept Lamar on his toes. Wasn't really comfortable out there. Yeah, they had some 4th down conversions. They had a big play or two on some blown coverage by us, but for 90-95% of the game, I think the defense is playing definitely above the line, and the offense is just grinding it out. Holy hell. Because that was the thing in the first half I noticed. And thank God we started including Freiermuth in the second half. We got some passes to Thielen. We got some passes to MVS. But, dude, it was looking bleak. Because I'm looking at our receivers. I'm like, I don't blame Rodgers for checking it down to these running backs. Because who else is he going to pass to? No one's getting open. And some people, maybe some of you guys would say this too. Times where Rodgers is throwing a pass and it's incomplete and it looks like tight coverage. And maybe when they show it in slow motion, you could say, the defender's a little early. Should that be pass interference? Defender's a little too physical. I'm saying to myself, I don't blame the refs for not throwing a flag because our guys aren't getting any separation to make it obvious. You know what I mean? Like, Thielen's not getting separation. MVS ain't really getting separation like that. So if it's good coverage initially and one of the cornerbacks are already on one of our receivers and the ball's thrown in their vicinity and it's like a little physical, little ticky-tacky, it's like I don't blame the refs for not making that call because there's nothing blatant about it, especially in real time. It's so much different in real time versus slow-mo. Like, you gotta get the separation. You gotta see the defender, like, pulling on the jersey, making it obvious. Our receivers just haven't been able to do that, and it's not like I blame them for Thielen being at 35 years old, us picking him off the streets, Thielen or MVS getting called up from practice squad. It's like, bro, we ain't investing too much in these guys. It's almost just house money. DK is our $30 million receiver. Pat Freiermuth's a guy that we've paid some big money to. These are the guys that should be getting open. And Pat Freiermuth, for most of the season, we haven't been playing too much or incorporating it in our passing game. But now, I think out of necessity, with Darnell Washington being out, we got to figure this out. And today was a good step in that direction. Let's see what else we got. All right, we got some more paid chats up in the house. Small voice band. Boz needs to fix this slump and fix it fast. Yes. There's no doubt about it. Games only become more meaningful. Wally G, 2044. Terrell Austin needs to go. Zay was wide open. I don't know. Is that a Terrell Austin thing? Is that a Tomlin thing? Is that a player thing? It's just clearly blown coverage. Like, that play was clearly blown coverage. The one where, which one are you talking about? Maybe I'm actually catching the wrong play. The one where it was Patrick Queen on Zay Flowers, that's Lamar Jackson making a good play, bro. That's us in cover 2. Patrick Queen's supposed to be covering the middle guy, up the middle of the field, and we're supposed to be getting that sack. Lamar Jackson dodges it and chucks it up to Zay Flowers. That's a mismatch. But with how we set up that play, we were supposed to sack Lamar Jackson before Zay Flowers even got open. And it's just like, you got to say Lamar Jackson made a play there. That's all. We saw that for how many years with Big Ben. Defense got the perfect defense. They're about to sack Big Ben. All right, dodges off some defenders, chucks it up to Hines Ward, Santonio Holmes down the field, AB, whoever it is, and we get a huge gain, get a touchdown. It's like, I don't know if you're the defense, who do you want to point the blame to? You can't. It's just Big Ben, a top 5 quarterback, making a damn good play. Michael Patrick McCracken, what's good, bro? What's good, man? I know you're stopping over from the podcast. This just joined in. Maybe somebody already said this, but Boswell missing probably won the Steelers the game. I like this. I like this take. This is a wild take. This is something out there. I don't know where you got this take from. Have you been drinking? Have you been smoking that ganja? Because I would have never thought of this. But you actually might be right. Because if Boz makes it, is there less pressure on the Ravens kicker? And because there's less pressure, even though there's still pressure, but it's a little less, it's to tie the game, not win it. Like, your kick wins it. Little less pressure. Still pressure. But does he make it because Boz made his extra point? And actually, maybe because he got to see Boz make his extra point, like he got a good visual of seeing another kicker make a field goal. And that goes through his mind. It's like, all right, I'm confident I can go out there. But he sees Boz, who's like the best kicker in the league, miss one in a high-stakes scenario. He's thinking to himself, who am I? Who am I? Oh, man. Whole game's on the line here. 44 yards. If Boz missed it, I guess maybe I can miss in this situation. That's a crazy take, but I low-key kind of like it. I really do. I do. Because then if, say, Boz makes, Loop makes, because he saw Boz make, and the fact that there's less pressure on his kick, what happens in overtime? We don't know. But what we do know is Boz missed and Loop missed, and we won the fucking game. D Brown 21, classic Mike Tomlin season. Love the content all year, Deke. You got a lifelong fan, brother. Thanks, man. Thank you. That was real sentimental. Appreciate that. Makes me feel good. All right, what other takes we got here, man? Anything I missed? Anything I missed thus far? Who else do I got to bring up? Wait, Michael Patrick McCracken has a follow-up here on his wild take. Says they had 50 seconds when Likely caught it and 3 timeouts. The field goal wins it without the missed extra point. They tried for the touchdown. What am I missing here? What? See, you're confusing me here. You're taking a different angle than what I thought you were. Now, I don't know if I agree with you. I agree with your initial take from my standpoint, the way that I interpreted it. I don't know if this new one does it for me, though. They had 50 seconds when Likely caught it. 3 timeouts. Field goal wins it without the missed extra point. They tried for the touchdown. Did the Ravens really? Did they try? I don't think they tried for the touchdown. I don't think they did. You're saying they would have tried for the touchdown if Boz made it, but they would have still been in field goal range, ultimately, if they didn't get the touchdown. Maybe I'm off. Wally G. Zay scored twice in a row on the same play, Deke. Okay, so that was Zay Flowers both times. Sorry. The one was complete blown coverage. The one was on Patrick Queen. The one on Patrick Queen, I'm not blaming Terry Austin or Mike Tomlin on. I don't even know if the blown coverage I can blame Terry Austin or Mike Tomlin. That's maybe just communication between it. Was Asante Samuel and whoever was covering the middle of the field. I don't know what the fuck happened there. No clue. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think everyone on defense played. I don't think there's anyone I'm singling out on defense that was like god awful. I think defense was fine. But Ricky Hodgins says Queen actually played good this game. Can't expect the dude to cover a fast ass receiver like that for that long. Yeah, right. I'm with you. I already read that. Sorry. I was gonna say that actually, as I was just laying that out. There were some plays where Ramsey was around. There were some big plays that we gave up. Ramsey was around, but not the end of the world. It happens. And some of them, there was the one, the one at the beginning of the game. If that's the one you're referring to, we blitzed, and because we blitzed, I think there's an expectation that you're going to get to the quarterback in fast enough time where the route isn't going to be able to develop from a slant to then a vertical. You're not going to be able to run like 2 routes in one sequence like that. And if you're the cornerback, if you're the defender, whoever you're covering there, whoever is covering that route, you're going to play that up because everything's timing. Our blitz is supposed to get there. Lamar Jackson's supposed to speed things up and try to get the ball out quick. So you're leaning on getting up as close as you can so you can make the pass deflection, make the pick, whatever it is, because Lamar's not going to have time for the route to develop to get downfield. But, yeah, our pass rush never got there, and dude made a play on Ramsey. Now, would you hope that Ramsey could maybe cover the whole route if that happens? Sure, but Ramsey isn't prime Ramsey anymore, and he's basically a full-time safety. Still good. Still made a Pro Bowl. Still has been awesome this year. But I think that was understandable as well. Not that I like what happened, because maybe you could argue, should we not be as like that aggressive because it can result in a touchdown if we blow it? At the same time, I don't know, 4th and 3. I can see why you want to try to take a chance there. Try to make a play. Try to be aggressive with the play calling. Michael Patrick McCracken back at it says, would have tried for the touchdown and possibly got closer to an easier field goal. They would try for the touchdown, got closer for the easier field goal. Okay. Yeah. I get what you're saying now. I get what you're saying. So they would either try for the touchdown. If they didn't get the touchdown, the field goal would be easier because they would be closer. Steelers would be playing potentially some softer coverage so they could get an easier field goal. They just want to make sure they don't give up the touchdown. All right. Maybe. I can hear what you're saying there. I think we're on the same page after you explained it a little bit more. Beam 66. Everyone is 0-0 when the playoffs start. Yes, sir. Kid Currency, do you think DK is overpaid? Also, if we had DK and GP, we would be contenders. I think we're contenders without GP. GP's at home. We're here. It's worked out. If we look through the cycle of the DK, or not the DK trade, the GP trade analysis, I'd say the Steelers got the upper hand right now. We could still use GP, but would GP have fucked up this season from a chemistry standpoint, a drama standpoint, an antic standpoint? I guess we'll never know, but that's part of the reason why we got rid of Pickens. I know for sure he'd be helping us on the field. He'd be an upgrade over MVS and Thielen. I'll give you that. Definitely give you that. But from being a professional standpoint, no guarantees with Pickens on that front. Who's too toxic? Who's even toxic? I'm not even calling, like, DK ain't toxic if that's who you're talking about. Who would be our toxic player right now? DK ain't toxic at all. DK is a really good teammate. DK is a professional. Just had a slip up with a fan. Just had a bad moment there. One that I'm sure he regrets. It almost cost us. Because if DK was playing these last 2 weeks, we're not even in this situation. We beat the Browns, I feel like, with DK. For what we needed in that Browns game, with DK being out there, we would have won. We would have scored another touchdown. We would have scored enough points to beat the Browns in that game with DK being out there. Jay Pulido, my lady hasn't experienced a playoff win yet since we've been together for 8 years. Wow. Congratulations. We got to get this dub, not only for her, but for me. Let's go Steelers. Yes. Yes. Hopefully this relationship is like the good luck. Hopefully. Yeah. Hopefully she can experience that. It's been a while. It has been a while from a playoff win. And that was something I said on today's video. If you haven't checked it out, I did some chopping it up with Steeler fans in the city before the game just to get a vibe, just to get the energy. It's funny. And here's one of my takes from talking with fans, like actually in person versus experiencing commentary and reactions on the internet. People in person, dude, I think I did probably 8 or 9 interviews, I would say. Every person, every group that I went up to and asked, do you want the Steelers to win? What's your vibes? What's your energy? Everyone was positive. Everyone was like, yes. Like, they almost looked at me stupid. I thought it was a good question going in because I was genuinely curious. I was genuinely thinking, I don't know how people are going to react whenever I ask them, because a lot of people on the internet say that it's time to fire Tomlin, fresh start. I don't even want to win this game because if we lose, there's a better chance that Tomlin gets fired, and that's really what the franchise needs to eventually win a Super Bowl. That's what a lot of people have said. And I get that perspective, but I've also told you guys that when push comes to shove, like, we got a chance to win and get in the playoffs in a weak AFC. I'm not too concerned about the future. Just win. I want to win. I want to win. I want to win the division. I want to have a home playoff game. I want to have a chance against these other AFC teams because we have been playing better down the latter stretch of the season over the last 4 or 5 games, and think that if we do play good, we can compete with anyone. I think last night proved that again. So I was on board with the win, and so was the majority, all the Steeler fans that I talked to today. So I guess what I'm trying to say here, my takeaway from doing this is just real life is different than the internet and what the commentary is on the internet and what the reactions are to the internet. Because think of it this way. I brought this up to my buddy whenever I was watching the game. Say I get like 10,000 views on a video, 10, 15,000 views on a video. The comments on those videos, the proportion is like, it's a crazy proportion. It's like 200 comments. 200 comments versus 10,000, 15,000 views, and maybe say like half of those comments are negative. It's like that's actually not that many people from like the general population that viewed the video that are saying these things, but they're the loudest, they're the most emotional, and they get the most play time or most, I guess, attention given to them just because of the nature of the comments. And that's just how life is. That's just how humans are, how humans react to that type of stuff. But like whenever you get to real life, yeah, I think for the most part, people just want to see their team win. I think that was one of my big takeaways from today. People just want to see their team win. They could be frustrated, maybe think the franchise could go a different direction or they could do this and that. But ultimately, in a game like this, just win. Just win. I'd rather see the team win. And this was the sentiment, overall sentiment, I felt like. I'd rather see the team win than any negative thoughts that I have about this team or what I think needs to be done. Just win. Xavier TG. We need to throw some of that holy water on Mount Washington's arm. Sure, we could use him. He's not gonna hurt us being available, but I mean, I liked Muth's involvement in the offense down the stretch in the second half of this game. Yes, sir. Why not us? Big leg 512. Def notice your dedication to growing going into 2026. Hope A-Rod comes back no matter what. Keep it up, Deke. Been watching for 3 years. You're a goat. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. It's still early, so I gotta keep it up. But yeah, I want 2026 to be good, man. I do. I don't want to let myself down. I don't want to let you guys down. I want to do good shit, do good stuff that I'm proud of, and just work hard and do the right things. So I appreciate that. Drink another beer, enjoy that dub. Yeah, I've been talking a lot. I haven't been able to sip on this natty light. You're right. It's late, man. It's late. Should what do you guys think? It's 1 a.m. right now. I kind of just I told you guys, I've been liking the live element. I've been doing those Friday lives. Part of me is just like, maybe we just go live tomorrow morning again and just catch a wave. I'll watch some of these post game interviews. Maybe I'll clip up some stuff and have them ready for you, react to it, and I'll bounce off of you guys in the chat. Diamond 4-1 was praying about this game for over a week. Look at God showing up. Let's go Steelers. They do say God's a Steeler fan. I did hear that growing up. Did you guys ever see that? I forget if it was like an email chain. I think this was even before Facebook. There was some type of little plot line, some type of little story that went out about Peyton Manning dying. He goes to heaven. And I think this had to have been after that AFC divisional game that we won, and Big Ben makes the immaculate tackle. Peyton Manning dies, goes to heaven. He sees God and sees a house off in the distance. There's, a bunch of Steeler stuff on the house, terrible towels and everything. He's like, wow, God, like, why does Big Ben get a bigger house than me? And God says to Peyton Manning, silly Peyton, that's not Big Ben's house. That's mine. Raul Boomin with $4.99. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Thanks for everyone for stopping through. This has been a blast. I'll keep going as long as you guys are still here, giving me takes, whether they're paid or not. Let's see what else we got. This is you know what? This is a good one. I like this. Yeah, maybe we do one for the week. P haha, Deke, you gonna put out another promo code for your hats? I bet you the hat sales suck this week, but maybe I could do a promo code. It'd be a little bit of a stimulus. Deke, you gonna put out another promo code for your hats for the win? Miss the Deekmas code. You'd still buy it? Because here's the thing about the hats. Here's the secret about the hats that you guys got to understand. This is the beauty of them. They're called non-losing season, or the caption on them, non-losing season champions. But like that's the embodiment of the hats too. There's no way you can lose with the hats, because even if we continue to win, we're still non-losing season champions. We still are the best to ever do non-losing seasons. You can't take that away from us. Like you could just look at the hats as like the NBA Cup. It's a nice little novelty. It's a nice little notch on the belt, I guess. Just a nice little. I think they actually started throwing up banners, or they're trying to throw up banners in these NBA stadiums for the NBA Cup. But it's like a nice little thing that you could tip your cap to, that you could appreciate. It's like, all right, the little in-season tournament, NBA Cup, but that's not the ultimate goal. That's not the ultimate NBA Finals, NBA championship that we're desiring. That's going to go down in the history books in a big way. Still, NBA Cup, like it's in front of you. Might as well win it if you get the opportunity. So for us, might as well have a non-losing season than a losing season, right? Well, might as well keep the streak alive if we can. But that's not the ultimate goal. That's not the real standard. So it's nice. Little tip of the cap, non-losing season champions. But let's see if we can do more. Let's see if we can level up. And that's what I said at the beginning. We are leveling up. AFC North champions. I'm not dead set on the hats. I like I said, I made the hats to ultimately destroy the hats. I don't want these hats. I had to make them. I just had to. It was a rally cry. It was the truth. It was just what we were feeling. It was what the energy was with this Steelers team, the Steeler Nation, all this. Like, is this all we are? Is this all we are? Is this what our ceiling really is? And we're trying to break through the ceiling. See, some people still like the hats. That's what I mean. Like I'm not even gonna front. Like I'm gonna keep wearing. Like I fuck with the hat. Like I think the hat's like, I think it's a dope little design. It's clean, classic. Goes with anything. I think it's still cool. Like who else is wearing a hat that says non-losing season champions on it? It's provocative. It gets people going. You're out and about. Yeah, what's that hat mean? If you know, you know. So Rob Booman says, I bought a hat. Can't wait for it to come in. Thanks, bro. People tuning in from Utah. Master Chiefer. It's a little bit earlier for you than me. It's 1 a.m. out here in Pittsburgh. It's probably, 11 a.m. for you. So you got some more sleep time than me. What time should we do? If I'm going to do the live tomorrow, what time should we do it? Give me a time. 9 a.m.? I think I could do 9 a.m. A little hair to the dog, potentially. Ooh, this honestly, yeah. This is something I forgot to mention. Yes, Kyle Hamilton going out kind of impacted our offense doing better in that second half. It kind of helped. Not going to lie. But you just got to take what's in front of you. If Kyle Hamilton's not there, you see the mismatch, you see the disadvantage. Do what you can. Just win, baby. I'm seeing 10 a.m. I don't know who's all tuning in from where, because some of you get, like, if I go 10 a, like if I go 9 a.m. or even 10 a.m. here, even West Coast, you're getting like what, 7 a.m., 7, 8 a.m. from that? 7 a.m. really. If I go like 9 a.m., that's 6 a.m. West Coast, I think. You can catch it on the replay though, but if you want to tune in live, you gotta wake up early. There's a lot of people from California, a lot of people from West Coast that tune in, a lot of people from just all around. Not just Pittsburgh. If anything, I do think I don't think it's an outrageous take. If you're from Pittsburgh, you kind of get this. I do think people from Pittsburgh, I think they take Steelers. I think they take their fanhood for granted here at times, as opposed to people that aren't from here. Whenever they come in, like they really, really appreciate the experience and the moment of being in Pittsburgh. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the Steeler fans here, they still got passion and all that, but I think there's times it's taken for granted. Could you imagine if he didn't catch that? Giovanni Chavez says, no BS. Let's talk about Calvin Austin came in clutch. Yeah, I know. Could you imagine if he didn't catch it? That would have been terrible. Yeah, you know what? It wasn't even just the touchdown catch. He had another really nice catch down the middle in that second half, too. Who's more compromised, him or Loop? I don't know. Yeah, Boswell has done it in back-to-back weeks, though. Oh, man. The extra point in this game, holy hell. That was wild. That was wild. All right. I don't know if I got much more to say here. Should we just go live tomorrow? All right, we got another paid comment. We got to keep going. Rob Boomin says, keep the stream going all night. Let's celebrate the dub. All right. I mean, if the paid comments keep coming in, I'm not going to sign off. I'm not. Or if just interesting takes come in. It's not all about the paid comments. They're nice. And I like them a little bit better than the normal comments. But if the normal comments have interesting takes and thought-provoking takes, I'll bring that up too. Okay, this is something I'm going to have to look at tomorrow. Look into. Last comment in the press conference had me dying for 7 minutes straight. Okay. Alaska fan since 76. And you're tuning into me? You're what? You're old as shit, bro. Since 76. Uh 76. I don't even know if I can do that math right now. Are you 60? 50. 50 years old. You're tuning into me? Tuning into me, hearing my takes, what I got to say, value in that. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Really does. Got respect from an old head here. I guess a couple people here. Jersey, Dad saying he's 49, 51. You guys are listening to me, to Deke. Talk about the Steelers. Means a lot. Seriously. Thank you. How you feel we play Monday night? I'm not against it. I think that helps us. Our Monday night stats at home are really good with Tomlin. It's going to be weird. I mean, you just got to take it around as a time, around at a time, but that's not going to be beneficial for the next round because we're going to have one less day of preparation. Now, I wonder, no, I was going to say, yeah, we'll be the only team Monday night. We're going to play a team that's going to have more rest one way or another. Whether it's the 1 seed or whoever else is the higher seed than us, I would assume. Right? Is there a chance we could play a lower seed? Because there's a chance we could have another playoff game at home in round 2? I don't even know if that's possible. But since we're Monday night, we're going to get this. If we win, we're going to get the Sunday night game. We're going to get the late Sunday game in the divisional round. That's a guarantee. I already told you. Says let's move forward a mile high in the divisionals. So that would be the assumption is of Steelers winning. the 2 and the 3 seed winning, and then obviously Broncos have the bye with the 1 seed, and then we would go to Mile High. But it's like if the other, I guess, no, there is a way we would have another home playoff game. It's if we win and the other wild card games lose, or the top seeds in the other wild card games lose, the 2 and the 3 seed. So it could be Broncos playing the 7 seed and then us playing the 6 seed. We would have a home playoff game. I don't know who the 6 seed is. I think it's the Bills, right? It would be Bills at home. Chargers are 7. I'm pretty sure I read that right on like the bottom ticker. Justin Gordon, I rock with you, Deke, but I can't rock with the hats because they were made as a slight to the team. I see them as a spit on the logo, stomp on the top. I had to make them, bro. I'm sorry. I had to make them. Listen, just view them like you have to view them in the right light. Like this is what needed to be done at 6-6. The fire Tomlin chance needed to be done. The booing of Renegade needed to be done at 6-6. I don't think we are where we're at right now if it wasn't for that breaking point, that tipping point. I'm just being honest. I'm being serious. Because what do they say about like energy, right? Like it has like an opposite equal reaction, some type of physics shit like that. If Steeler fans at that Bills game, we're getting our doors blown off and are embarrassing ourselves, we're getting records set against us from a run defense standpoint. If we're not booing Renegade, if we're not saying fire Tomlin, and we're just saying like, oh, this all is well. We're just the dog meme in the room with fire and saying, it's all good, whatever. We're just lackluster. We've no emotion about it and just accepting of it. Then, does the team, does Tomlin, do they have like that fire in them to prove the fans wrong, to prove the doubters wrong? I don't think. I really don't. I feel like that was a tipping point. I think that was a turning point in this season. I feel like that stuff does have an effect. Fans showed up tonight, though, man. You could feel it. I mean, I was out at a bar, and they had the sound through the speaker system, so I was hearing Collinsworth and the commentary, but you could also hear the crowd. You could hear the energy in the stadium, and it was alive. You could see it from the players too, man. You really could. Some big run stops on Henry, where you would think in the past, Henry gets that handoff with how the play is developing. He's going to get 3, 4, 5 yards. He's going to fall forward. But I saw some extra oomph with the defense where we're pushing Henry back. And it's like that game that's supposed to be maybe 4 or 5 yards turns only into 1 or 2. And now you guys are behind schedule. We got momentum. Crowd's into it. Let's keep feeding off each other. Rob Booman says, Deke, the only source for Steelers news. Thanks, man. Thank you. What do you guys think about this take? I'm happy. 662 says this team overachieved. I don't know about that. 10-7 AFC North. Like this is along the lines. I was predicting 11-6, but no, this is all said and done. 10-7 AFC North home playoff game. I will take it. So good on the Steelers there for finishing strong. Good on Tomlin. Good on Rodgers. Good on everyone, man. Group effort. I don't think this was an overachievement. I think this was along for the ride. I think there was a lot of underachievement that took place throughout the season that maybe got you to the point where you feel like we're overachieving. Because what were your predictions? I thought 11-6 was feasible. I think I said 11-6. I bet the over on the 8.5 win total. So what's that tell you? My expectation was between 11-6 and 9 wins. And we got smack dab in the middle with 10. And we won the division. So that's good. I'll take it. I forgot about that. Yeah, TJ did have a pick off that pass deflection. That was cool. Yeah, at that point, I was like, okay, we're going to the Super Bowl. Energy was there. I thought the offense was going to punch in for 7. Place would be electric. And that's the hidden thing in that second half. Even though we didn't score a touchdown there, we got the 3 points. But it's like if we would have converted going into halftime that touchdown, as opposed to getting stuffed with that Kenneth Gainwell pitch. If we would have got that touchdown, did the tush push, it would have been 10-10. And then coming out of half, we got our point. Like we would have been up double digits a lot in that second half if we would have scored that touchdown going into halftime. We got 0 points. 0 points there. Even 3 would have helped. But I don't blame us for going. I'm happy we went for it. Not happy with the play call and with the thought process and how to execute it. I disagree with I disagree. It's Aaron Rodgers. It's Aaron Rodgers, bro. It just is. I'm sorry. Who are you replacing Aaron Rodgers with? I think you could replace Gainwell's been awesome. Like I'm not even gonna get it twisted. Gainwell has probably been he would be like 2 or 3 on the list for MVP, I feel like. But he's more replaceable than Aaron Rodgers, just flat out. Just like with the Bills. If you want to look to the Bills, this would be a good example. Josh Allen versus James Cook. James Cook's having a hell of a year. If they don't have Josh Allen, it's just like it's all for naught. Like James Cook's numbers aren't going to be the same. Same with Kenneth Gainwell. I don't think Gainwell is doing all this if it wasn't for Aaron Rodgers. And he'd even tell you that a couple weeks ago. He said, "Who do I credit my success to, or who do I credit?" I think that's honestly what he said, because I don't think he was asked about like why did I come to Pittsburgh. He didn't come to Pittsburgh for Aaron Rodgers, but like he was asked about why he's taking it up another level this season. He said it's because of Aaron Rodgers, flat out. Aaron Rodgers team MVP. I'm not wavering off that. I don't even think it's a debate, really. I think you can talk about Gainwell being 2. You could maybe bring up Ramsey in the mix. I don't even know what other player you would think about in the top like 2 or 3. Am I missing anyone? I would go Rodgers. Like Gainwell's in the top 3, no doubt. Probably top 2. He would be after Aaron Rodgers. Herbig, Highsmith. Just banged up a little too much this season, maybe. Herbig and Highsmith. Sure. Top 4, top 5. I think maybe they're in the conversation. Hayward has had a good season. MVP. You can't consider him number 1 for MVP. Honorable mention, sure. Is he 4, 5, 6, whatever? JPJ has had a good season. Warren just hasn't gotten as much work consistently as I would like for him to be MVP. Rodgers did miss that pass to Jonnu. That was terrible. Yes, that was inexcusable. But outside of that, what passes he missed? What wrong play has Rodgers made? Or at least did he make in this game? And that's the thing with Rodgers has done everything right as a Pittsburgh Steeler. He's really taken in the Pittsburgh culture, that blue-collar mentality, tough it out. And you saw it in tonight's game again. They were mentioning his left wrist bothering him, but there was no flinching, no blinking about him potentially coming out of the game. Tomlin for MVP. I would consider, yeah. Actually, yeah. If you could throw coaches into the mix, you got to give credit to Tomlin. I love it. Like, that's the thing. That's the thing people don't get. I've actually been a really big Tomlin defender. I have been. When a lot of fans would, I guess, how do I want to put this? I've been a Tomlin defender when there were convenient moments to bash him and to voice your opinion that the Steelers should move on. Because I felt like he definitely deserved a shot to mold this Steeler franchise and his vision post Big Ben. Because, again, there's no debate that he's a good coach, great coach. He's a Hall of Fame resume, all that shit, right? There's no debate to that at all. But how these years have played out since Big Ben, and you can even argue Ben's last season for how he's orchestrated the team from a coaching standpoint, personnel standpoint, just overall vision standpoint, it hasn't been up to snuff. Like, it hasn't crossed over that ceiling of being a legitimate contender. And we're coming up on what? I guess 5 years post Big Ben. Is this the 5th year without Big Ben? It's getting close to that point, combined with us having lack of playoff success in those last however many Big Ben years where we're getting blown out in some of these playoff games. It's like, man, maybe things have run its course. Like that, I think that was a fair assessment to have after how last year ended, and even through parts of this year. There's no debate. Tomlin's good coach, great coach, all that shit, right? I really like Mike Tomlin. I want him to stay. I really do. I like the press conference. I like what Mike Tomlin's all about. I like the fact that when he's asked about the fans booing him, he's like, par for the course. Like, it is what it is. Like, he gets it. He's like, we're in an entertainment business, and we're not entertaining him. We're not fucking winning. Winning is the business. So we got to get back to winning. I like that shit. But it just comes down to the results. It's like, we could talk game. You could say that you got the team prepared, or you know ball, you know how to motivate the players, all that shit. It's like, what do we see on the field when push comes to shove? What are the end results? And the end results aren't really arguable from the last however many seasons. They just haven't been good enough. Haven't been good enough at all. To the point, too, where it's not like we're losing games, important games, in fluky fashion, last second type of fashion, where you're just like, I could have went either way. We were in the fight, and that's football. You just chalk it up to things being one and like the nature of it being one and done, and that's that on the next year. No, we're getting absolutely smoked in some of these games. Absolutely smoked. And players are lacking effort, missed tackle, like just pee-wee football type of shit that you should already know from back whenever you were growing up playing football. Like, we're lacking in. We're missing on. So yes, that's why the conversation turned to, is Tomlin the right guy for this team? Is he? If we want to get to where we want to get to, those were fair questions. I don't want to move off of Tomlin, but what we've been seeing these last 4 or 5 years hasn't been up to snuff. Personnel, roster changes, coaching change, all this stuff. But hey, maybe this year. Listen, man, I don't know if we could say it definitively. Can't say it. I think it's something we've been able to throw out there as a question. And I did say it definitively after the end of last season, for sure. But I liked everything we did in the offseason after keeping Tomlin. And I think that was the direction to go if you were to keep Tomlin. Like, take a chance on Rodgers, switch some things up on defense, take a big swing. Like, you got to take a big swing. You can't just go conservative, bring everything back, bring Russ back, Najee back. No, it's like, if you're going to keep Tomlin, you're going to have to make change elsewhere. And we did take a swing, and it's working out so far. We can't argue it's not working out so far for this season. I think, would we say it's a success? And that's my point. Is like, is that how far the standard has lowered from the last 4 or 5 years, where we're talking about just making the playoffs, winning the division as a success? We should be talking about Super Bowls. We should be talking about contention. But the fact that we did win our division, have a home playoff game coming up, that's only going to contribute to our ultimate success, or our ultimate goal for the rest of these playoffs. It only helps us. It's a stepping stone. And it doesn't feel like, in my opinion, that we're outclassed or we're outmatched by any of these teams in the AFC. I think we can compete with anyone. And now, what does that look like when the playoffs come around? We'll find out. But that's what the name of football is, and that's why we watch these live games, because it's live, and we could give our predictions, but anything can happen. Maybe. Just maybe. I hope so. Am I going to the game Monday? What do you guys think? You guys want me to go to the game? It's up to you guys, because I mean, hopping on live kind of important for the business and all that shit. But like, if you guys want me at the game, and I won't be able to necessarily. That's the problem. It's like I won't be able to do this from the game. I would like to be at the game, but it's like you could probably only expect a quick video or something after it. Because I mean, I could try to go. I could try to go like live from my phone or something. I did that. I tried to do that once. It was during one of the preseason games. That didn't work out. But I think maybe going live after it would be better. Might be a tough situation to try to experiment with. Okay, this is funny. This is from out of nowhere. Ups and downs, or ups and browns. I'm sorry. Deke, what position would you draft first in the draft? Receiver. Yeah, if we don't sign anyone in free agency, it's not even a question. Receiver. Get the dude from Ohio State, Carnell Tate. That's the funny thing. I've actually never been to a playoff game. I've never been to a home playoff game. Oros 3771 says, "Go to the game, bro, and watch us win our first playoff game in a while. How could you not?" I know. I'll have a ticket too. I already know I got a ticket locked up if I want it. So we'll see. I'll have to make that decision soon. Can't leave my homie hanging. That's got my ticket for me. You're saying go live at the game. You're saying go to the playoff game. We'll see. We'll see. It does. I mean, that missed field goal, man. Holy hell! It might be fate. It might be destiny. Just like going back to yeah, the Big Ben immaculate tackle that I was talking about a little bit earlier. What was this? Dig, I remember that game. Pickett to Pickens, bitch. You were trash, bro. That was I think that was the Christmas Eve game. Steelers Raiders. Franco, 50th anniversary. Yeah. You're saying have a watch party. Part of me likes just like just vibing for the game and then hopping on live after. I smoked one tonight. I'm back, man. I'm back. I don't know where it went. I had it in my pocket. I literally had it. I don't know where it went. Yeah, I smoked one tonight. If you want to check it out on Instagram, that's all I was doing. That's why I was a little late. That's all. It's tough, man. Like time management. I got a lot of things I got to do after the game. If you guys want the pack videos, it's like I gotta do that a little bit before going live. If you guys can wait for me when I'm hopping on the live, then I could kill two birds with one stone like that. But if you want me live like immediately after the game, it's like, all right, maybe I can't go out with friends, maybe I can't go to the bar or anything. I gotta be locked in here. Press live directly after. But if you're cool with waiting like a little bit, then I'll be able to kind of do multiple things. What do they say? Patience is a virtue, right? Good things come to those who wait. Yeah, that's the thing too. I think it's all about balance, right? F the friends. Come here and do business. I think Houston's the best match. I'd take Houston. That would be my pick, and we got Houston. So I'm happy for that. But Jackin says, would you rather face Buffalo, Houston, or LA? I think Houston was the pick. All right, Marvin's saying Chargers. What am I missing about the Chargers versus Houston? All right, guys. This might be it. What should I check out for tomorrow? If I'm gonna go live tomorrow, what's the things I should be talking about? What's the things I should be looking up? Someone mentioned Tomlin's last answer as being some good content. Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be some good commentary. There's probably gonna be some celebrations to look at, all that type of stuff. But all right, I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here unless someone comes through with a last second brain twisting comment or $100 comment. I think we're calling it for tonight. And then back tomorrow. Maybe live. I think live. I kind of would like to just go live. No guarantees, but should I mark a time tomorrow? Should I just do it? Because we got 700 people here right now. And if I say I'm going to be here at a time, I expect all 700 people to show up at that time tomorrow. If y'all are real ones. Let's do it's 1:32 a.m. where I'm at. I probably got another hour before I'm going to sleep. I'm gonna be looking up post-game coverage, all that type of shit. Let's go. Because what's good for you? What time are you guys gonna be up? What time are you guys gonna be at it? 10 a.m. I think 10 a.m. is fair. I think 10 a.m. is fair. 10 a.m. Eastern. I kind of want to go 9:30. I'm not even gonna lie. Feeling kind of motivated. It's 9:30. We're doing it. 9:30. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll make the stream tonight. It'll be up. You guys are saying noon. Noon. Actually, maybe yes. Because that's the thing. Some people will catch this on the replay. Maybe noon's. Yes, maybe noon. Maybe noon's the vibe. Justin Gordon. All right, we got a paid comment, so we got to stick around. I disagree. I think we need to move up for another top DT first. It'll help. What is this? 41 and 6. Okay, Peyton Wilson and Queen become Pro Bowlers, then hop back in the first for wide receiver 2. Yeah, another guy to pair with Harmon, another guy to develop under Cam Hayward. As long as we pick up a good free agent receiver, as long as we pick up, we just need to get better on offense from a receiver standpoint. It's just flat out. So could we afford picking one in the second round? Maybe picking a DT. I just know we need receiver help bad. Fine, noon. Lock it in. Noon. Yeah, maybe 12:05. This dude knows what's up. 11:02. Got a couple minutes to noon. Noon. You guys better be there. I better be seeing. I know there's more views and shit for like the post game, like right after the game and stuff. Let's get some good energy tomorrow. Let's get some views up. Let's get some people in the building. Because I'm not if I'm saying noon right now, I'm sticking to it. I might be like 5 minutes late max, but I'll be there. Can we buy a hat with the tape on it? No, because it's too much work for me. I'm not taking any inventory. I'm not getting inventory. I'm not putting tape on it unless the production team that runs this shit would do it for me, and there's no way they would take in that request. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I think officially this time, this might be like the third or fourth time I've said it. 12 o'clock tomorrow. 12 o'clock. I'm out of here. Stay chilling. Peace.